If you need to create or update a video for your Skool About page, then this video is for you. I want to help you create something that's simple enough so you can get it done today, but also powerful enough so that it actually helps you fill up the group and grow on Skool. Before we dive in and get hands-on, a quick rundown. My name is Evelyn Weiss. I generated over 8 million online, over 35,000 paid subscribers, 65,000 customers, came second in the first games with $81,000 new monthly recurring revenue. I'm one of the biggest affiliates on the platform. I also run the ads for Skool, and I've helped thousands of schoolers grow. So I know a thing or two, and I also just updated my own About page, which is why everything that I'm sharing with you is really super top of mind and very fresh, latest up-to-date method way of how I'm thinking about it and doing things. All right, so let me actually share with you what I have done. So Grow with Evelyn used to be on waitlist only, and right now, after going through this bad boy and letting it sink in, I have decided that I'm updating my offer, and I'm now doing a win your money back offer. So I'm offering a challenge that is 7 days of learning and then 21 days of accountability and implementation. And people can join with the 7-day free trial, basically get all of the learning done so they have everything that they need and basically can leave on the trial. So if they decide to leave, they leave with massive value. But if they decide to stay and play the game and complete the accountability for the next 21 days, they can win their money back. So basically that's my attraction offer right now that I have. And for that reason, I had to update my video sales letter on my About page. And you might be shocked that this video sales letter is not a super highly edited, perfect something, but a loom with just one cut, me talking through. How can I do this and why do I do this, right? I do this because it works. A very extremely well edited video sales letter can get you just a little bit over the edge, right? And once I've run ads to this and this offer is proven and I'll keep the challenge long term, which I don't know, it might be that I'm removing the trial and actually, with the tiers that Skool is rolling out next week, I'm just making this a $7 opportunity. Everything else is in the main tier. It might also be that I'm packaging the challenge and selling it separately, or it might be that ads to this directly work well, enough people stay, upgrade work, so then I'll keep it indefinitely. Will I then, when I know that I'll do this long term and it works and it converts, record this again and have it edited by Ben, my YouTube editor? 100%, right? Because I'm optimizing, I'm getting every single little squeeze out of it. But most people start there, and that's what's costing you so much time, and that's what's leading you to keep procrastinating on it and not getting it done. A passionate, convinced, clear from the vision. I have another video about this. Either it's the next one that will release after this, or it's going to be the previous one. You need to have the clarity on what you're offering and how you provide value. But a clear, passionate, simple explanation of what people get can work almost as well as a super well edited, scripted video sales letter. And you should start there, because when you're starting to grow your Skool and fill it up and optimize it, you would change it like a lot, right? And then always going through the headache of editing everything is not what's going to get you there. Once you have validated it, you can go and take that next step, but then you need to know, okay, it's proven, it works. I do this for the long haul. Everything before that, you just should have a simple loom. And by the way, if you are at that stage where you are like, oh, I have it all validated, etc., we do have a super detailed video sales letter course in here, which is this one. But you can see it's like a little bit of a longer project with the editing and the co-working, etc. So I just want to keep this simple for you, because simple is what most people will need to just validate and start growing and keep growing and really be able to convert the traffic on the About page. Okay, so we're starting simple, and all we have to do basically is getting a rough idea of what we want to say and what we want to cover. And this is reverse engineered from the video sales letter I recorded yesterday with Loom. These are roughly the sections. Okay, so welcome, and you want to name the space. You want to say what it's about and who it's for, why you created it, why it matters, how it works, what makes it different, what members experience when they join, what they get or do here, how to start, and then you want to have a warm close. Okay, so that's, if your Loom can check all of these boxes, it will work really, really well. And when you shoot it from the hip and you don't do the preparation, what can happen is that you're a little bit too messy and too all over the place. So all I want you to do is go through this document and basically just make sure you have contemplated these things once, and then you shoot your Loom from the hip so it's really authentic, right? But you have understood what you want to say, and maybe as you record, you have this open and you go for it and say like, now I'm going to say my name in the space, and now I explain what it is and who it's for, right? So it's like mental notes. It's like that you don't necessarily forget a point, but it should be as unscripted as possible, because that authenticity also creates trust. Okay, so how effective that shot from the hip will be depending on how well you thought this through, and then maybe you rehearse it a few times, like in your head, or you record yourself a few times, but the end version is like one shot from the hip, no editing. Okay, so welcome to the space. Goal is to instantly orient and connect with the viewer. You want to greet them naturally, say the name of your community clearly, and one short sentence about what happens here. Welcome to Grow with Evelyn. This is a space where personal development enthusiasts learn to monetize their personal growth journey, right? So if you struggle with filling this in, then you can ask yourself these questions. What's the name of your community? How would you describe it in short phrase? A space for. 2, how do you want to greet people? Casually, excited, right? So you want to kind of think of what's your vibe. Next section, what it's about, who it's for. So this is the focus or theme of your space, the kind of person who it's built for, the main thing they want or need help with. Example, this is for type of person who wants goal or benefit without frustration, right? So this is just an example. You can say it in however way you want, but you have to have it contemplated. What's the main topic or focus of your community? Who is it designed for? What do those people want most right now? What are they usually struggling with before they find you? Next up, why did you create this space? So you want to cover why you started this community or this offer, the frustration, gap, or wish that inspired it, what kind of space you wanted to exist. I built this space because I wanted a place where people could actually learn how to drive traffic to your community, not just work on things that don't matter if they don't have enough of the right eyeballs on them. Questions would be, why did you start this space? What gap or frustration made you build it? What kind of environment did you want to create? Next up, why this matters. So here we want to share the belief or principle behind what we do and what's missing elsewhere, or what happens when people go alone. Okay, so example, most people quit because they're doing it in isolation. This space fixes it. Most people can't grow their Skool community because they don't know how to drive traffic. And with this challenge, we're solving that. Questions, what truth or belief drives your community? What's broken or missing in spaces like this? What happens when people don't have a space like yours? What happens when they don't have the solution that you're offering right now? What happens if they don't have a community or space or support of the kind that you offer? Okay, how it works, what members do in a normal week, how people interact. And for example, each week we share win posts, updates, and meet live to stay consistent, right? Or in my case, you have a daily tracker with very clear instructions. You watch a video, you complete the tasks for the day, and you share your update in the community. Questions, what do members actually do inside? How do they interact? What does being active look like? What happens in a normal week or month? Gonna help you. This alone will already help you with clarity, because a lot of people have a Skool community and they're not able to answer these questions. And this is why you struggle to sell. Okay, next up, what makes it different? 1 or 2 things that make your space unique. How the focus, vibe, or rhythm stand out. Unlike most group, this one is built around actually doing the work together. Right? Questions. And you don't have to say unlike most groups, but you can say, unlike the thing that you've tried, unlike courses, so you can compare to other things that are direct or indirect competition to your community. What makes the space different from others like it? How is the vibe, rhythm, or focus unique? What's something you don't do that others usually do? What members experience? So here you clarify what members usually feel or say after joining, the type of shift or energy they experience. An example would be people say they finally feel focused, supported, motivated again, right? Questions, what have members said about the experience? How do people usually feel once they've been there? What's a small win or shift they notice early on? If you're at the complete beginning, all you say is, my goal is for members to come in, understand how to actually drive traffic, and then do the right activities daily, right? So if you have not created it yet, voice your goal with it. And be mindful that it's not like an implied earning scam. It's my goal to help every single member make $10,000 a month. It's like, no implied claims that you cannot back up. Now, 8, what they get or do here. So here we want to share 2 to 3 clear results, outcomes, or benefits, and we want to frame them in the viewer's perspective. You get clarity on your next step, consistent action, and real connection, right? That would be an example. So the questions for you to answer is, what are 2 to 3 benefits members get from joining? What skills, habits, or insight do they develop? What's one thing you want every member to walk away with or receive in your community? And then 9, how to get started. So you need to tell people exactly what they need to do next, right? Click the link below, join us in the community, and start with this post. right? Mention if there's any free trial, any first action you want them to take. Okay, so what's the first step after someone joins? Is there a post activity or challenge they could start with? Is there a free trial, a special offer, etc.? Please clarify it. And then all you do is a warm close, right? So how do you want the video to end? Think about your tonality and think like what's the last goodbye line that you want to add. Okay, so when you have gone through all of these and you've answered it, then you just want to talk it out a couple times and record yourself with Loom. And then typically my third shot from the hip, I'm like, okay, now it all comes together. I know everything that I want to say. As you record it, I find it helpful to have things open. It's like, these are my main talking points. And you can either be like, oh, why I created it, etc., and then have it, or you just note out your main talking points, your answers. I find it helpful to write them and have it next to me or have it on my screen as I'm basically just talking through everything that I want to share. And that's it, really. I know that, we want to go into fancier persuasion methods, tweaks, etc. I find that what people most need is clarity, right? And what you most need to give people clarity is clarity within. So use starting by just making sure you can answer these questions well, and your video on your about page does a good job answering them well, and you are in the right energy when you record it, you're in the right space, you trust that this will be well received, you're excited, enthusiastic, or grounded, whatever vibe is the vibe of your community, you are 90% of the way there. Okay, so I hope you found this helpful, and if you want to learn more, we're gonna link a couple helpful videos, and then that's it for now. Thank you.